And what is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show. We've got a special guest with us today, one of the latest commitments for Coach T.C. Taylor and the Jackson State Tigers, linebacker Austin Edmonds. Austin, how's it going, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. I am doing well, and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join me today.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is awesome. Now, Austin, before we get into JSU and your expectations and what we plan on seeing from you this fall, let's take it back, man. Let's take it back to your early days playing ball. Who was it that got you involved playing football, and what were some of those earliest memories of playing the sport?
Honestly, it was like a family thing. You know, my not even just my close family, but my extended family. It was kind of a thing. We started playing football at a young age in my family. So I signed up when I was around 4.5, and the season started when I was 5. After that, I just never stopped playing, and I fell in love with the game at an early age.
Now, you're someone that plays high-level college football, right? So that means you had to be pretty good. At what age were you when you realized, like, hey, I'm actually all right at this, and maybe I could play, at a higher levels, maybe even outside of just high school?
Um, I'd say like as a young guy, like probably as like a kid, 7 to 8 years old, I thought I was pretty good. But like at the same time, I think God continued to just humble me. Like throughout high school, I wasn't always the strongest or fastest kid. So, I found some programs, and my program Stay Real in Delaware. Um, they really helped me get to where I need to be to play at that college level. And then after that, I realized, wow, I could probably make something out of this, and I just ran with it.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Austin Edmonds, Jackson State linebacker. Now, Austin, let's talk about your time in high school. What was that like for you playing ball in the Northeast during high school? Did you ever have to change high schools, or just what was that experience like for you?
So for me, I stayed at high school for all 4 years, Delaware Military Academy. It was a it was a really fun experience. Friday Night Lights, everybody showed up. It was great. The state is pretty small. Delaware's the second smallest state, so everybody knows everybody. All the good players. That who you're playing pretty much every Friday night, and it was a great atmosphere. I loved it. I had great teammates. It helped me definitely get where I am today.
Absolutely. Now, Austin, coming out of or during your time at the Delaware Academy, military academy, just what was the recruiting like? Was there heavy recruitment for you coming out of high school? When did you start picking up some interest? What was that like for you?
I think I started picking up interest around like late in my sophomore year.
Mhm.
Um, and then once my junior film came out, it started really getting a little bit more heavy. It was getting recruited out of Delaware is harder. It's not Texas, it's not Georgia, it's not California. It's harder. So just getting my film, on Twitter at the time, Huddle, wherever I can really get in the coaches' eyesight, that was big for me. Um, there was a point where I thought I was big time when coaches are coming into the gym every day, coming to talk to me. So I enjoyed that part of recruiting, but at the end of the day, I picked Bryant, and that was definitely the best decision for me.
Now let's talk about that. You ended up, like you said, choosing Bryant. What was it about Bryant that stood out to you that made you decide like that's where you want to spend your collegiate years early?
Um, Bryant, when I came up there, the funny story is I was on a visit to UConn, and
Mm.
Bryant was kind of in the same area, so came there on a visit, and immediately felt like home. And at 17, I was like, wow, this is a spot that I might want to be at. So, um, I made the decision kind of in the summer right before senior year, and I never regretted it. And Coach Merritt and the coaching staff showed me a lot of love, and they always have. They took care of me, so it was it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Austin Edmonds, a Jackson State linebacker, is going to play for Coach T.C. Taylor and the Tigers. Now, just How was your time at Bryant? You spoke about it being a good decision. You spent 4 years there. Just kind of talk to me about your time at Bryant and what was that experience like for you both on the field and just at the university?
Yeah, being at Bryant, it's in Rhode Island, so I'm going from the second smallest state to the smallest state. Um, you know what I mean? So, um, it was a lot of lovely people. Outside of football, it was a lot of lovely people. Um, I got to know my professors well. Um, I love the school aspect of it. It was a great learning experience in and outside of the classroom. Um, socially, I've made some relationships that I'll keep for the rest of my life. So, Bryant outside of football was amazing. Bryant with football was a lot of learning experiences as well. I went from a guy, not really understanding how to watch too much film, not understanding, the inside and out, inside and outs of college football to, being able to study every day and then pass on what I know to younger guys and really becoming a student of the game in that aspect and really kind of chasing this professional dream of mine that I've had since I was a kid because, I realized, I could probably make it happen at some point.
Absolutely. Now, Austin, you're coming off a solid 2023 season, over 50 tackles for Bryant, but you decided to enter the portal. What was that decision? What was kind of the thoughts behind the decision, and what were like the recruitment like coming out like in the portal? What was that like for you?
So, after the season, I kind of I had this feeling, God kind of gave me this feeling, I think like after 4 years at Bryant, my time was over. It was just my time, and that's really all it was. It was really just my time, and um, it was never any bad blood between me and anyone at Bryant or anybody on the coaching staff. It was always very cordial and always very professional. So once I entered the portal, I knew there was, a risk of, there's always a risk of not getting what you want and not getting anything, you know what I mean? But I had faith in God and I had faith in my own abilities and in the film I put out to, um, get some things that I would want and, further my career somewhere else. Once I entered the portal, that the first day the portal officially opened, Coach Hammock actually offered me.
Mm.
Um, it was it was a great experience, and the biggest thing with him was he let me know that they have the utmost confidence in my ability, and as a player, knowing that the coach has confidence in you and the staff has confidence in your ability to play the game at a high level, that's huge. So, while yeah, I started to get some more interest, some more offers, but at the end of the day, I realized that Jackson State is where I need to be.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to Jackson State, did you know much about Jackson State before speaking to Coach Hammond, or what kind of like was that experience learning about JSU?
Um, so I think everybody knew like if you follow college football, Dion was there too in 2021. I know he built the program up to what it is today, but now they're building their own legacy. I after I knew it was in Mississippi. Everybody asked me where Jackson State is. I'm like, is it in Florida? And then they a lot of people confuse it with Jacksonville State. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's in Alabama. So I knew where it was, but I didn't know too much about the environment around it or too much about HBCU football. So getting down there on the visit was definitely a learning experience for sure.
And what kind of like were those, you don't have to get very detailed, but what were those conversations like with the coaching staff on how they plan on how they see you in their scheme and how they see you on the team and how they plan on using you this upcoming season?
Yeah, they just see me as an older guy, that's been through it. I know it's I played college ball for 4 years, and I know what it's supposed to look like. So, they just really believe in the fact that I can come in and get it done immediately, and I believe in that too. With that being said, you know, learning a new system is always hard.
Mhm.
Learning a new defense is always hard. So humbling myself to the fact that I need to do that before anything else really happens. Before I can go out there and make plays with my ability. that's the biggest thing. But that was really the basis of most conversation, considering like my role. Um, I just play linebacker, man. That's all
Yeah.
I do. I just play football.
I got you. Now, for speaking of the position that you play and how you play, for the folks that haven't seen you play, are
Hmm.
you a Mike linebacker, will linebacker, outside edge, and just how would you describe your game?
No, I've played both. I've actually played all three. Um, I played a lot of Mike this last year in 2023.
Mhm.
In 2022, I played a lot of kind of a will role. At the game weight, I kind of turned into a Mike, but I've been all over the field as a linebacker aspect, and then in 2022, I also took a role kind of as an edge guy. So,
Mhm.
I can play all three of the positions if need be. I think I can play all three at a high level, and I just want to be versatile, man. I just want to be all over the field.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Austin Edmonds, linebacker commit. He's going to play for Coach TC Taylor and the JSU Tigers. Just, uh, is there anybody maybe in the league or historically or in the league right now that you would kind of compare your game to? If so, why is that?
In the league right now,
Or just historically, it could be anybody at any moment.
historically, Um, it's hard to say historically because the linebacker position has changed so
It
much. You
has.
know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I'm 6'3", 250. I'm not. You know, what I mean? I'm 6'1". I'm a good 230. But I like to say, if there was anyone I try to model my game after, it's definitely either Fred Warner or Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith is huge to me. He's a fast guy. He has great IQ, and he's always where he's supposed to be, and he makes the plays that he's supposed to make. So that's really who I try to model my game after: being physical, being tough, and getting to the ball at a very fast pace. So
Now, you said you went on a visit to JSU. What was it like, during your visit? Have you gotten to talk to some of the guys? What has that been like for you so far?
yeah, no. So it's funny because as soon as we pulled into Jackson, the city, it was started raining cats and dogs.
Oh, man.
Like torrential downpour. It was crazy. When we got inside, it was all love though. As soon as we got inside, it was all love, and you felt the camaraderie around teammates, and the coaching staff welcomed me and my mom and dad in with open arms and a full heart. So like as soon as we got there, it felt like home, and that's exactly what I believe that Jackson State is. It's home. At least for me and my family, we believe that it's the right step. It's the right step because you don't go anywhere else where it doesn't feel like home. So the coach, like I said, the coaching staff opened up to me with open arms, and the guys, they work hard. What I mean, that's a competitive environment. One thing you're definitely going to do at this school is compete, and so that's really all I ask. So.
Yeah, man. One thing about Jackson, they take a lot of pride in their fandom. What has it been like with the Jackson State fans? What it's been on social media while you were there? How has that been so far?
Yeah, no. So after I committed, even when I got my offer, and posted it on Twitter, X, whatever. They showed a lot of love. So when I committed, you know, it was a lot of alumni, a lot of fans, a lot of the people of the city of Jackson that take pride in Jackson State football. Um, reaching out, just saying congratulations. We're excited. We're excited to see you. Welcoming me like a whole community. So it was really good to see. That was really refreshing to see. And I haven't really even stepped foot on campus yet, other than my visit. But for them to welcome me with open arms like that, that was honestly really beautiful. And I appreciate every single one of them that did that. And I'm excited to perform in front of them this fall.
Absolutely, and we'll get to exactly your expectations for yourself during the fall. But I do want to be remiss not to mention you're back at Rhode Island, finishing up your degree at Bryant. What are you getting your degree in, and what's that going to mean to your family to have you walk across this stage as a college graduate?
Yeah, so I'm getting my degree in communication. Um, I want to get into broadcasting, so this is kind of what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm minoring in management, history, and literary cultural studies. So, for my family, then, that was the number one goal is free education, um, at this level, but just education in general, getting higher, education opens so many doors for you, after football, because, football doesn't last forever. So, um, I mean, I think, everybody's kind of excited, for graduation in May and then for the chapter after that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so, with you finishing up in May, do you have like your timetable on when you'll, walk across stage, pack all your stuff up in Rhode Island, and then shoot down to Jackson? Do you know exactly when you'll be on campus at JSU?
Definitely this summer. Definitely this summer. I got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of relationships to build with the guys because I'm not stepping on the field with anybody that I don't trust. So I know they won't. That is family over there. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm excited. It's definitely going to be this summer. Um, I'll be there a lot. I'll be there a lot. But yeah, it's going to be a quick turntable. It's going to be a quick turntable. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of packing. It's going to be a lot of moving and a lot of traveling. And I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it because this is a good fun time in my life, and I'm going to enjoy it. So.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Jackson State linebacker commit Austin Edmonds. Now, Austin, just uh, for this upcoming season, I know there's a lot of things that everybody wants to do, team goals, but individually, what are you bringing to this JSU football team, and what are some of the things you hope to happen during the 2024 fall football season?
Yeah. So basically, this is my last year at eligibility. So at this point, it's make or break it time. If I want to play at that professional level, and hopefully I put myself in a position to do so. But first and foremost, I want to help the team. You know what I mean? This team, what I saw in my visit, this is a well-rounded football team. You know what I mean? This is a very talented football team, and I'm excited. To honestly, I just want to win a SWAC championship. That's on the forefront. That's what's on my mind right now. Individually, like I don't have anything really stats wise, but the goal is to be an All American. That is the goal. The goal is to be an All American, and anything less than that. If I'm setting anything less than that, then I'm not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Um, this is going to be my 5th year playing college football, and I know what it's supposed to look like at the college level. So now what can I do to potentially play at a professional level, and what can I show on film um, to get to that. So it's really just defeating blocks, putting guys on the ground, um, getting in the passing lanes. Maybe some taking some to the house, and a couple sacks. Creating some pressures and just helping the defense out and helping. It's ultimately about getting the ball back for our offense. So that's pretty much the biggest thing for me.
Absolutely. Now, Austin, just I always love asking defensive players this. Just a lot of people like to score touchdowns. What was it
Mm-hmm.
about hitting people and playing defense that made you stick and play linebacker? Because it's not an easy job to be a linebacker to, like you said, take on blocks, tackle running backs, running full
Mm-hmm.
speed at you. Just what was it about the defense side of the ball that made you stay on that side of the ball?
I was always a really physical guy, like a really physical kid. I was always really aggressive too, and one thing I found out about myself is that I always took pride in like asserting my will over people. It's just who I am. And, even like in high school I played offense, but like that wasn't really my niche. My niche was making guys feel pain in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So um that's what I want to do, man. Like I want if you're playing running back or you're playing quarterback, I want you you gotta look for me because I'm coming for sure. So um I'm just I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. I'm getting pumped right now, but
Absolutely. No, it
that
is.
that's why
Yeah.
it's just it feels like instinct at this point.
Absolutely, man. And only a few more questions. I don't want to hold you too much longer. Once again, talking to Austin Edmonds, Jackson State linebacker commit. Now, you spoke about your communications degree that you're getting from Bryant. And you talked about it a little bit, but I just want to make sure we expound upon it. Once because football is only for so long. But
Yep.
once it's over, what are some of those things that you said you wanted to do? Because we want you to have a long, healthy career both now and in the professional leagues. But once that is over, what are some of the things you want to do once football's done?
I definitely want to go into broadcasting. I did a little internship for CBS Sports and was able to sit in the booth with Kevin Harlan and Trent Green, some broadcasting legends. Some
Yeah,
guys that can call multiple games. So I definitely want to get into that. Understand the basis of that. Um, and just have fun with it. Like I never want to leave the game of football, to be completely honest. Whether that's coaching, but I'd rather be able to do it from the booth and just spread knowledge to the community and to the world about what might be coming, like Tony Romo does. You know what I mean? And just make the game fun, like Gus Johnson does for people on for Fox Network. So that's pretty much what I want to do. I don't want to get away from this because football is me, and I am football. So
absolutely. Now, Austin, we'll get you out on this, man. Just for the JSU fans at home, just one last time, what are they getting in Austin Edmonds for this upcoming season?
they're getting a man of faith, and a man of faith that's gonna put everything on the line, to get Tigers fans what they really want, which is a SWAC. You know what I mean, and ultimately, that Celebration Bowl and that national championship. So they're getting somebody that's super physical, that's gonna fly to the ball, that's gonna be somebody in the community that uplifts the community, and somebody on the field that shows a lot of passion, because I show a lot of passion and emotion in my game. So that's what they're getting, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see them. They fill up the stadium, so I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. That is Austin Edmonds. Now, Austin, just for, because you're a young man in college football, so the NIL and things are opportunities that are there. Where can the people find you if they want to reach out and potentially do any kind of business with you? Where can they find you? Plug yourself.
On Twitter or X, you can find me at Austin Edmonds 19. On Instagram, you can find me at Austin Edmonds with an extra S at the end. Austin Edmonds with an extra S at the end.
Absolutely. That is Austin Edmonds. My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show. Be sure to tap in with Austin if you got any opportunities in the Jackson area or just looking for a good spokesman. That is the guy to hit up. Austin, congratulations, man, on the commitment. We're looking forward to seeing you this fall play suited up for the Tigers, Coach TC Taylor and the Tigers as they look to have another successful SWAC season. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will